listeners, how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called TED Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it like it's about an hour long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the borough pride.
Now then, welcome to episode 113 of TED Talks, the TED HANKY Podcast. No, Mala, it's not the bus you used to get from Roseworth to Thornaby when you were a kid. I know that's where you were going, the 113.
Well, it's an exciting episode. You could get a poke if you were on the upstairs deck. Like, obviously, the bloke only did that to me once, so you know what I mean? And then the police got him.
Mala made the news for being the only young man to ever get fingered on the bus by a pensioner.
Well, I was only 17. I know, but
you had a very moist bumhole.
Obviously, you've been reading the court manuscript again.
Yeah, I have, yeah. So, we used to get the 113 from Roseworth to Thornaby, or you could get the 17A from Lanehouse Road to Middlesbrough. And then all your dreams were gone when you landed in Middlesbrough because it were a shithole where you used to get off on fucking Gresham Road or wherever it was.
Yeah, well, that's what it is according to Chris Wilder, I think.
Right. Listeners, we're going to start the podcast off with some serious shit chat about the borough. All right, we've seen a sudden decline in Middlesbrough's performance on the pitch. We've seen Matty Crooks. He's gone to Marbella for a few weeks now. We just needed holidays. We thought, I'm going to get that booking and fuck off.
I'm going to get that booking to go and do some booking. That's what I think he was doing.
That's what he has. And we're inundated with these rumours that Chris Wilder, Jonathan Woodgate and Sean Dyche were spotted in Farm Foods in Stockton together the other day.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
And the rumour has it Gibbo was waiting in the transit van outside picking up the shopping, and he also had a contract ready for Dyche and Woodgate as well. So it's worrying. It's worrying times. What we're going to do if we get that big ginger monster voice as manager?
Yeah, tell you what, right, everyone knows that ever since Chesterfield he's hated the borough and we've hated him. So I tell you now, right, we are borough, we are proud, right? He is not come to the borough, I swear to God, because one, he just doesn't fit in with us and we don't like him, and two, he smells of shit. Yeah. Did you hear that, Dyche? You come here, you are definitely getting double bats.
And number three, he talks like a monster like this.
Yeah, but like, here Chris Wilder said, I'm fucking off to Burnley. Yeah, Wilder, listen to me, lad, right? You've only been here a little bit, right? This is like when, you start tapping a new bird, right? And you start proper getting into her and she's letting you blast her every night and you're like, this is class, this is mint, right? And then she goes on the blob, doesn't she? No. Right? And you have a couple of weeks where you're not doing it, right? And then you start looking around for other birds. Get your eyes back on me. You know what I mean? I'm the one who's let you poke me for weeks on end. Don't you be dare sly enough now.
Oh, you find out she's got 3 kids to a well-known convict. It was a bad moment, that, for me. But he's got a little bit of a tickly cough there. He gets angry. He gets Sean Dyche disease whenever we talk about it.
Don't you dare be turning up here.
What we're going to do, like, if Wilder is really considering leaving Middlesbrough for Burnley, how fucking bad are we?
Well, right.
We've got the best chairman in the country.
Well, right, but like that's just like having a good dad, but your dad's skint, like, you know what I mean? The dad that only comes for like once every month, right, takes his kids to Disneyland. They all think he's a legend, but the lad that grafts every day for you, do you know what I mean, to put food on the table, he's like, oh yeah, your dad's no good because he can't afford to take you to Disneyland. Yeah. That's like us. Yeah, we do have the best chairman, but he's not the richest. And like these sly football managers, they just go to like whoever's going to give them the most money. Well, they're pretty much like women from Yam. Offshore birds.
I think Wilder's thinking, well, you know what I mean, I'm not going to get Middlesbrough promoted this season. What I am going to do is go up and get Burnley relegated, but have enough money to make a significant difference for the promotion campaign next season.
Exactly.
Rumour has it as well, Burnley lasses are looser than Borough lasses, so he's probably popped up there to pop his wild one in.
They've got more loose skin on him.
That was it,
yeah. Borough flange is top notch, don't you worry about it.
It's up there with the best, you know what I mean? I've sampled a lot from around the world and I always come back to the Borough Mott. I love you. You don't hear the word mop mentioned enough, do you?
I love
and it used to be a really, really strong word in the 80s and 90s for describing a vagina.
Here, get your mot out.
Yeah, got a mot on her. I'm like, all right, that's me mum, behave.
Well, she did used to get it out, though. That
I know,
was the thing.
she did, yeah.
Regularly. Yeah, right. I used to like the word mot, right? But I think, like, what happened was it turned into, like, rat, didn't it? And I don't like that word for a woman.
Yeah.
Like, for a woman's lady parts, that's quite, like, bad. Because, like, a rat is known as, like, a sneaky little animal that struggles about.
You went down there and he had little orange teeth and a big tail popping out. I know you get big labias popping out the bush sometimes. We're not the length of a rat's tail.
No, they should call it, like, a koala or something.
Yeah, or a tapir's nose.
Or a kangaroo pouch.
That's a good one, yeah.
Well, like, some of them have been with a massive. I've literally fit inside one before.
What, like a little,
Well,
a little room?
A little kip
I
was down there.
A little Joey inside of a big lass's flap.
Well, it's funny you should talk about little Joeys, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, I've got some schlong news.
Schlong news?
Schlong news,
Is this the Jewish part of the show?
No.
Oh, right. Like we're introducing a new feature there.
No, right? Because do you know me, right? I'm a connoisseur of knob news around the world, aren't I?
Knob News Weekly.
Knob News Weekly, and I keep on top of knob news and slongs. No, I don't keep on top of knobs or slongs. That's our lasses department.
It is.
But I keep on top of news that the people have been telling us. And just like the schlong song says, that slong, 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 slong. That was a woman version, right? They've only just gone and done this big, like, worldwide survey, Ted.
Really?
On the average length of a men's penis.
Are we talking length or girth here?
They're talking length, right? And it's the erect length that they're going for here.
Fucking hell, how did they manage to measure that? Excuse me a minute, sir. We've got a survey to do. Do you mind if I just give your nuts a little tickle for a minute?
So the erect length in inches and centimetres, I've got a breakdown. Right, but, right, who do you think's going to be in the top? Who's got the top slongs? Who's got the biggest slongs in the world? According to this survey, which I don't really agree with because they never asked me.
I've not seen this survey, right? And I'm very tempted to choose one of the African countries, but I'm not going to, because the heat out there can really affect erectile, and I know that because I once nailed a lady in Zambia and I struggled in the sand.
Zambia's number 15.
Is it?
Well,
wow, bloody hell! Yeah, God, imagine the potential it could have been. I don't know. Well, let's go through the bottom upwards. We don't have to do them all. Let's count some.
Right, some of these didn't go through the bottom upwards, like they went straight on the top and so. Right here. So at number 83, we have the small dicked Sri Lankans, right? Oh. And they reckon that their average schlong size is 4.29 inches erect.
Bloody hell! Are you kidding me?
No, but the next one...
My thumb's bigger than that.
But on 81, it's got Hong Kong, and I can well imagine that. Them little lads in Hong Kong.
Well, I don't know whether, actually, if there is proof of littleness or whether, are they measuring from the top of the penis or are they measuring from where the bush grows out to?
Listen.
You got some big bushes in these Far East countries.
Don't make me laugh, Ted. Right, yeah. But, right, this is being done by the top scientists at Lad Bible. So don't be knocking it.
Oh, right,
be
yeah.
well on. This is bang on research, this.
I have a tape measure.
And, right, then you've got your Bangladeshis, your Thailand and your Vietnam and your Malaysia, so you can, and then Singapore, then Indonesia. They reckon that, like, South Asian people must have small schlongs.
I'm telling you, they're not taking into consideration flesh coverage here. They're just measuring from the bush. I've seen a few, mate, right, in some movies from these countries you were mentioning, and it literally does look like a bird's egg in a basket.
I think this is a little bit like the Eurovision Song Contest, though, Ted, because they've got the UK at 66, right? And there's a lot of countries beating us. But I'm telling you now, right? I'm a connoisseur of porn all my life. You know that.
I know.
Right? Yeah, like, and
You were bad from school when we were 12?
Well, of course I was. I used to definitely bring in my readers' wives.
Yeah.
Of course, they said bring in any reading book.
Yeah.
Well, that was a book I was reading.
Yeah.
Right? but they've got Japan ahead of us at 61.
No
I
way.
have seen enough porn. I was going to say that, but you'll just slap me on the head with that ruler. But I've seen enough Japanese guy porn to know, right? But there's lots of them, right? I've seen loads of them, and they've all got small willies, and I'm not having that they're ahead of us.
Do you think when they came and measured the UK, they just went to Scotland and measured bushage again?
Well, no, because...
they've gone down with the tiny little southerner willies, you know, like, mate, check out my massive cock, innit? And it's just like a little thumb.
They have not gone to Teesside because we're known for girth and length.
Fucking right. We've got loads of mutated chemicals in our ball bags.
Right, and they've got, like, the highest... penis length is 6.93, and this is an average over that country, would be 6.93 inches. So
just under 7 inches there.
Right? And I'm not going to talk about this rudely, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean? They didn't come to me, because I'm definitely bigger than the average UK lad. Because, right, what do you think UK is?
Oh, is it going to, I bet it's going to be something like 5.5.
5.17.
Oh, 5.17 on it. That's a slacky, that.
Well, that's what I'd say, but apparently it's full on rocker.
Bloody hell. Hang on. Big penis, right, this is a plea to the big penis people of Teesside, right? We need your schlongs. We need proof. We need proof of length, girth, and we're going to put a nice little sort of collage together and send it to these people and say, oh, you missed out the borough ball bags here. Look at the size of these.
Here, send your penis length to the TED HANKY Show.
Or just pop round and slip it through the letterbox.
Who do you think number one is then?
Oh,
I knew this was number one as soon as I heard it.
Do you know what? I don't want to come across a stereotypical here. Jamaica me crazy. No, but I've seen them videos as well, Ted, big lads. Did you?
Right, no, this is
Jamaica.
It's right. Yeah, I didn't make it. Watch it. Right, this is how you're gonna do Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Ecuadorians have massive slungs, man.
They're only little people, though, aren't they? So
I don't think it was in relation. I didn't think they did it in height-wise or not. But anyway, I'll give you the top 10. We had Ecuador, then we had Cameroon, Bolivia, Sudan, doubt it, Haiti, Senegal, Gambia, Cuba, the Netherlands. Well, the Netherlands have slipped in there, haven't they? One of them countries is not the same as the rest, right? And then they've got France, Angola, Canada, Egypt, Zimbabwe. Egypt, not having that, right? And then they've got all of the stuff like other things like Sweden. Brazil at 22nd, and I happen to know that Pele had erectile dysfunction.
That's true.
Well, he didn't he?
Do you know, a lot of them top 10s, though, them countries, certainly the European ones that were mentioned there, they are heavily colonised through African descent as well. So they haven't gone to your little ordinary... white French bloke and said, can I measure your pecker? And he went, no, you cannot measure my pecker. Why don't you go and see my friend over there? He is from Angola.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what they've done, right? And you can tell this because below us, right, China are one below us. We've got like Chinese lads, like, I know you're Chinese and you're proud, do you know what I mean? But we've got to have bigger slungs than you.
I'm prepared to have a full-on cock-off with most of the nationalities around the world, mate. Right, if there's any residing in this country, let's have a cock-off.
Right, can we organise a cock-off, right? If you're from a different country, and we're happy to have you here because you're class, right?
Oh, yeah. We're not prejudiced towards cock size or race or anything like that. Some races have bigger cocks than others.
Let's make it the 28th of May in the Green Dragon Yard in Stockton.
Okay.
12 o'clock midnight actually, because there might be kids knocking around. Right, it's a cock off. There you go. Invitations being sent.
Yeah, out there with the post. We've posted it. The post that hurts the most. Cock off post. Be there. Bring your cock.
Teesside comedian, businessman, t-shirt salesman and all-round loverman Ted Hanky has now purchased the lease for the former historical nightclub The Bongo in Middlesbrough, and he's turning it into his very own comedy club establishment. Welcome to the Hanky Panky Comedy Club.
Right, gather round, everyone, gather round. Right, we're going to have a staff meeting following the groundbreaking success of TED Fest last week. I've had some complaints. I'll go through them later, mainly about the offshore boys dealing.
Ted, let me tell you now before we get on, you know what I mean? One of your onshore festivals, we did the offshore lads proud there. I mean, Pivo, how many birds did you bang in that kitchen?
I must have banged loads. Like, I had 3 on one finger at one point. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Well,
you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm not having that. Like, because like we were knocking out beak dollars, weren't we? So people weren't paying us in cash and that. You know what I mean? Malice, shut up! I fucking bang it out.
Right, you know.
Calm down,
listen, lads, right, behave yourselves. Let Ted talk. He's the one with the licence. He's the one that Billy Mack will be giving a bat to if he messes up. Do you know what I mean?
Hang on a minute. Billy Mack was fucking, he's supplying us with it.
He was the man. He was keying off lasses' arseholes and arse. Do you know what I mean? Well,
listen, we'll turn a blind eye to that, lads.
It was a brown eye.
Good one, that, Barry. Yeah, well done. So, and Borough Batman, we have had some police complaints about you. But
you are not allowed near any kids anymore.
I was fighting crime. One of them little kids just happened to fall down my trousers.
You were off your head, that's what you were. Do you know what I mean? You're known now. You're on the register.
Yeah, Borough Batman, you just look after the doors, right? Okay. Right, yeah.
He fell asleep. Bless him, look at him.
Dickhead. Right, so...
Dingus, let him have your basket.
Have you got Dingus in here for? Just stinks.
Look, Batman's curled up in the basket. Go on, lad.
Okay, now.
Get your head down.
Right, moving on with the agendas of today's meeting.
Speaking of agenda...
I said agendas, not gender.
No, you... Listen, don't be talking to me like that, Ted. I am, as the culture and diversity officer, do you know what I mean?
When did I point that?
Well, I appointed it myself because nobody else is going to be it, is it? And you're talking about genders, right? What I want to know is, why can't we have a gender fluid toilet?
What's he on about, my lad? Like, all fluids go down the toilet, don't they?
I don't know. We don't even have a toilet, that's a bucket. Yeah, I know it's a bucket, right? But can we put a bog seat on it so if any girls or men that want to be girls or girls that are men, can they not squat down on it normally?
We're getting too engrossed in this now, London Tingling.
It's not gross, Ted. It's all right.
I didn't. I'm just get on with it. We're not bothered. Who uses the toilets, man or woman? The world we live in today, we couldn't give a shit as long as you're happy. So stop preaching your shite at us, Tingley.
And you can't have a shit in that toilet anyway.
No, you can't. Mally used all the toilet roll anyway. He was spitting goat cheese at Borough Batman.
Correct.
yeah. Right, moving on with the agenda. Right, with the brewery, we've got a new brewery. They've asked us to name a guest pint. Right, I'm struggling with some names, so I want to go around the room to see if we've got any suggestions for this guest pint. It's a nice frothy lager. All right, so who would like to go first?
Listen, what about the pronoun bomb?
The fuck off.
Listen, me too. You know, you can call it the pronoun bomb. Do you know, it can be for him, her, his, him, or it. It's going to be class. It'll be best. And you don't even know what it is. Is it a cider? Is it a lager? Oh, who knows?
Right.
Pronoun bomb.
Right. So you've put down the I thought you were going to come up with something totally different there. I don't think... Well, mark it down, the pronoun bomb. Right, let's... Barry Pieball, what have we got from you?
Me and Barry have just been whispering about that here, right there and then. And we reckon just call it like a big pint of flange juice.
Well, do you know what I mean? We want one of your onshore drinks. This has to be an offshore drink.
Offshore
right?
flange juice.
Right, and this is the thing. This is how you tell. You know if you've got one that's a good pint because it's flat. And if it's frothy, you know that flange juice is off. Do you know what I mean?
That's right, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want one of them flat pissy ones.
Well, you could only have them 3 on 3 off, by the way. You know what I mean? You can't have them anymore.
4 and 4.
That's how it has to be that way. You know what I mean?
Flange juice, yeah.
Flange juice.
Flange juice. That sounds all right, that Ted. I'd have a drink of flange juice.
Sip of that, like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Can we drink it out of some sort of furry mug instead? Because they need stuff like that, don't you?
What if we drank it out of a sporran?
Right down Spurren.
Yeah, wrote it.
That is how you spell it.
I don't know. I just know it.
You've drawn an Ecuadorian cock there, haven't you?
Put a Batman's awake. Put a Batman. We're trying to come up with a name for a pint.
Let me just sit him on my knee. Hang on. Wake up here. Come on. What's up here?
Thank you. Thanks, Malice.
Gonna burp him. Oh, he stinks.
Fucking hell.
Pint name. What have you got?
Big fat bitch beer.
Go back to sleep. Fucking hell. How politically incorrect is this fucking establishment? Who have we employed here?
I don't think he knew what you were talking about there, Ted.
Oh, he's licking his arm. Right. Okay. Mala, have you got any suggestions?
Well, aye, Skull.
There's already a beer called Skull.
No, right, hang on a second, right? Hang on a second. There was already a movie called fucking Ghostbusters, and then they reimagined it. Well, I'm reimagining Skull. Skull 2. Skull 2, well, aye. Skull the second.
Skull. Okay, we'll try Skull 2. I'll write that down.
Skull 2. And if that doesn't work,
yeah,
I want Carlin White Label.
Carlin White Label,
which is another one that we can use.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I've got loads of these, Ted.
Yeah. Okay, I wrote that one down as well. So we've got some good suggestions.
Dudweiser. Yeah. It's similar to Budweiser, except basically we just replace the label.
All right, yeah. I like that, well. Yeah. Good, I like that one as well. What about I've got one just called Pissroni.
Well, aye.
Yeah. And then if it tastes like shit, we can just say, it's Pissroni.
I think a great word would be GANK.
GANK.
A
pint of GANK.
Pint of GANK. Well, aye.
The lads down the club will love that. They'd be like, have a pint of GANK.
Well, aye.
Yeah.
A pint of Slum.
we
go with GANK.
GANK, right, I'm going for GANK, I'm sorry.
GANK. Yeah, I'm just off upstairs for a GANK.
Going for a GANK.
Well, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, right, good, right. Okay, next item on the agenda, right, following the TED Fest last week, we need to come up with some new events, right? Now, I'm going to have to wake him up again, Anna. But a Batman, you suggested a new event for us, didn't you? Do you want to just share it with the group, please?
Yeah, when I was thinking, when I'm not fighting crime, I like to go and enter in a meat draw. So I think we should have like a meat draw, you know what I mean?
Well, do you know what I mean? That'd be class, do you know what I mean? The boy here, he is mint. Have you ever seen him draw some carrots? He's mint, aren't you? Here, give him some crayons there.
Here. Draw everything, make draw sausages and everything.
Class, man, do you know what I mean?
I know, I think he means like where people buy a raffle ticket to win a hamper of meat.
No, I meant like the win a draw made out of meat.
Well, yeah, I know I've seen it.
I can do a meat wardrobe as well if you want one.
That used to be our Julie's nickname.
Yeah, the meat wardrobe, yeah. Fucking hell. All right, for the Batman, right. I've got that.
Yeah, right, I want to do line dancing. Be class.
Line dancing? Is that not the offshore boys?
Well, do you know what hey, I'm telling you now, we could provide some of that for you. Do you know what I mean?
Really, I've been line dancing for fucking years.
You know what I mean? We rack them up and we just put, Enya on. Top last man, everyone goes mental. It'd be class 3 on 3 off.
Put a bit of fucking that Michael Flat Tits on, right? And we'll have a little dip.
No, I meant where everybody copies the same dance. Do you know what I mean? And like there's some cowgirls in that.
Does that mean we might get some? Can we do Irish flange dancing?
We can.
Oh, you want about the country and western ones?
The country and western ones.
Oh, no, how Julie will turn up in fucking them leather chaps again.
Well, she turns up with chaps that look like they're made of leather because they're always on the sunbeds, 2 of them.
Fucking sunbeds with Puffy Derrick. All right, okay, right. So we've got that. I've made a suggestion here that we should bring back Miss Borough.
Well, as you know, Miss Borough has been banned on all international events because of the amount of battling that gets done off the birds. Well, yeah, I doubt it. You're not looking at me, are you? And then you just start scrapping.
What I thought we'd do, right, is because now the Bongo is being refurbished and it's a beautiful establishment, right? Miss Borough will get some of the finest trap women from the borough, right? We'll partner up with someone like Shelley's Nails and Julie's Hair and all that type of stuff, and we'll get them all proper made up, so they're all equilateral in what they look like and that. So there's no.
So they're all going to look the same then.
Some of them will probably want to do their own self-tan because that's an art form.
This sounds a bit like Clone Wars, the Star Wars thing where they just had one lad and made him like loads of lads look like him.
Well, I think we will be offering extra points for the bigger the lips.
Well,
face lips, man. I don't touch your eyes break up there. Any cultural inappropriate hairdos such as braids and dreads are not welcome because we don't want any bad press off Teesside lies.
Yeah, but what we could do is we could have events set up for him, like who can do the best Palmo, who can do the best compo face,
best gobble,
best compo face, best gobble.
Yeah, best compo face.
You know what I mean?
Who can wear the best golden clown?
Who can slag off the best mate on Facebook the better?
Yeah, best our mum, our dad tattoos.
Exactly. Best Instagram or Facebook post that mentions I don't need anyone anymore. It's just me and the kids from now on.
Yeah, and then for an exclusive final points round, best grassing on a Facebook forum post as well such as parks like this.
You've also forgotten, you know what I mean? Like they've got it, most of it will have been through the lad one, so he's going to have a go on.
Yeah, I better be on that fucking judging panel. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Because if anyone, I'm quite prepared to go and lick them all out.
3 on 3 off, kids. 3 minutes in, 3 minutes out.
That's all I need.
Right, all right. We'll park that one for now, I think, Miss Buddy. It might be a bit controversial.
If you park it, they'll grass on you for the crap parking.
True. Mala, you suggested ladies' night, but you said strictly no lasses on the rag. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, right, when lasses are angry, right, then they're going to cause more trouble. And lasses are always angry when they've not had a little piece of talk, or if like women, if they haven't had a bit of sexual activity, is what I'm saying. And when they're on the rag, they can't. Do you know what I mean? And
toilets get messy, don't they?
They do get messy. And we've just took out the condom machine because them ones in Borough, they've just took they've started putting them in their vending machine. Do you remember the girls?
The Dundas Arcade. The fanny flap machine.
Exactly.
It is,
so I've just sold loads to them lads. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think it's got potential. Ladies' night. I mean, we could bring in, a stripper for them, something like that. Like them Magic Mike ones. Well, there's a local one just called Borough Bill, and
I've seen him. He's horrible.
I know. He's cheap, Bella.
I love his helicopter though. Helicopter when he wins his thing around.
Yeah, and the funny thing is his tail doesn't move, just his knackers swing. You know what I mean? So he's 64.
Right,
but I want to give him some money, give him some jobs.
Exactly,
we could do that, yeah. All right, ladies' night is an option. 5-0. You put your hand down, mate. You're not to go.
Oh, all right. What about, right, me and Barry have been talking about this for a while now, and we think that a really good regular club night, right, if you think about when the Corner House used to be open, and Bar Mojo's and Bar Zantia and all of them places, we're thinking that we will have a night just called Saxophone and Bifter.
Well, do you know what I mean? The idea here is we get one of the lads up on a saxophone, we get all the birds from Yarm and Norton nowadays, you know what I mean? All
like the fucking proper class lasses.
And basically we play a bit of house music, put a bit of a saxophone
funky
to
house.
It, and they all swing around, you know what I mean? And they all get off their heads, man.
We do like loads of that. We do loads of dancing with their hands so they look dead pretentious and that. Saxophone players like and stuff like that.
We're going to cram 500 people in mind, and you know what I mean.
And then if you like, it's Paradise Terminal, and then we'll open it out into a pool party like that. There'll be kitchens floating with loads of bake on them, and that'd be mint.
It's a bit extravagant, isn't it?
It sounds a bit pricey. Lads, I'll be honest. Are you going to cover some of the cost and make it back through your ticket sales, maybe?
Well, we'll be selling something, you know what I mean?
Don't worry about coin, Ted. We've got it fucking nailed, mate.
Luxury, us, you know what I mean, kid? Offshore, aren't we? You know what I mean? Wouldn't want one of your onshore stuff. 3 on 3 off. Think about it, Ted. Do you know what I mean? Luxury. I mean, have a look at the lad's Porsche Cayenne outside. You know what I mean?
Class that.
That's only his third car.
I don't even drive it.
We're only still onshore now for tax reasons.
Right, all right. Can we change the name from Sax and Bifted to something like, like one of them really cool club nights, like, I don't know, Eurasia or...
well, what about...
Ted's a fucking gay bar.
What if we turn it from, like, not quite Breitling, so let's call it, do you know what I mean, Casio?
It just do like loads of retro house.
Classy or retro house, well.
I like it. Yeah, that's fucking good, that, Barry. Classmate, yeah. Calculator, watch, no. Swatch.
Swatch, well, aye.
Right, all right, so, well, you're going to do a club night, that's good. But a Batman can do the door.
You let him sleep, Ted, man. He's just got him down.
Oh, look, he's dreaming, like his legs kicking as well.
Just got him down. Dingus, stop licking his balls, man. Get away, yeah. Oh, no, he's not. He's nicking his tabs. Go on, King. Here, pass us one of them.
He's fucking licking Gingus's balls now. Okay, right. Okay, right. Final suggestion here. Langdon Tingley, you've not had one.
Well, you know me, right?
Yeah,
and I'm thinking, how can we involve the whole community? You know, a bit more like an Orange Pit, but like on a greater level, that's all going to be about diversity. And I thought, what a fabulous idea to have a Middlesbrough's Got Talent. Oh, can you imagine it?
It hasn't, no, has it?
Oh, we've got lots of talent going on in here. What's going to happen is we can have a judges panel, right? And I can be, you know...
Mate, I'll be judge.
I can be... You can be on it. You can sit next to me.
Shut up, I'm not, you silly cunt.
Right, but I can be like the Simon Cowell, you know, who knows it all, and I'll be like...
So you're a bit more Williams, you know what I mean?
I think he is like...
Yeah, I think I'd have to be the Cowell one, you know what I mean? Because I've got the wedge.
Can I be Amanda Alden?
You'd be holding something.
I'd be just banging myself all day.
Well, I'm not sitting on a judging panel with you in a skimpy dress.
You lie, be class.
You know what I mean? It remind me of that fucking lineup we did.
But just think about it, right? This is what it is. Next week, I think we should, Ted, we should launch Borough's Got Talent, the first live night. I think it'll be mega. Me too. It'll be so bespoke.
Right. Okay. Do you know what? I hate to say it. I like what Langdon Tingley's doing here. So I'm challenging you all next week. I want you to promote and find acts and bring them to the live launch of Middlesbrough's Got Talent.
Yeah, well, that sounds class to me, Ted.
Don't eat you dickhead.
Well, do you know what I mean? I've got a lass that can put 3 snooker balls in her mouth. Well.
See you next week. Interesting episode there of the Hanky Panky Club. Mala, why? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, I want to get myself down Borough, don't I? Like, there's some weights that you can attach to your end of your slong.
Yeah.
It makes it bigger, doesn't it? And if we've got this comp coming, do you know what I mean? I mean, it's not cheating, I'm just training.
Right then, be careful, Mala. Oh, Mala there, he's off to stand on the transporter bridge with a weight on his bell end. Fucking hell, what a Doyle. Right, that concludes episode 113 of TED Talks, the TED Hanky Podcast. I hope you fucking liked it, because I did. I said that differently to what I normally do, you know what I mean? I hope you appreciate these faster, snappier episodes, the kind you're on your ears, and it means you can share it about more. So do share it with your matters. Invite family, friends, pets, strangers. If you've got like a gimp in a cellar or something like that, let them have a little listen, you know what I mean? I need as many listening figures as I can get for this, you know what I mean? Do check out my t-shirts on tedhankyt-shirts.com, some proper class designs on there. Quite a few about the borough as well. If you'd all buy one, we might get promoted. I'm just saying. And the Hanky Panky Comedy Club is back on April the 29th with TV headliner Chris Washington, plus 3 more acts. It's going to be proper class. It's selling fast. It's about 50% sold out, so do get your tickets ASAP or be a bellwith. It's simple as that, really. You know what I mean? Right, I'm going to get going as well, because I've got like really itchy ball bag and I need to go and put it in the bath. So, as per usual, have a cracking week. Up the borough and believe.